We are going to look at Atom's adapter builders, which simplifies the integration of third-party software for domains or specific industries. The adapters can be built using either an open API or a Postman collection or even a Swagger documentation. Once it has been built, it facilitates invoking API calls to the external endpoints, or you can also fetch data from such endpoints. Atom provides a step-by-step guide to develop or modify your custom adapters. Atom also has a vast library of pre-built such adapters. Once these adapters are built, we can use them either in workflows or service orchestrators to push or pull configuration. In this video, we are going to look at how we can develop such adapter for ServiceNow. So for that, I go to my home and then I click on my DevTools. And in the workflow development kit, I click on my adapter builder. So here you can see that it will already provide a list of adapters that you have built using the adapter builder. Now we can see that there is already one ServiceNow that is already there. So I'm just going to remove this and develop a fresh ServiceNow adapter. Let's just wait for this to complete. So now let's just go ahead and click on the add button, and you can see here you have 7 steps that generally is required to create your adapter. So here you can see you can either upload your file or provide a URL for that particular adapters API. Now I'm going to do is I'm going to upload it from the JSON file. So I select the JSON file. I have all the information that was there in the file. Then I go into my next step. So here you can see that it asks me for fields. So I'm going to provide it a name for the adapter. So this will be ServiceNow. Let me just copy this and put in an adapter title as well. And then adapter version, basically how you want or what version do you want for your adapter to be. So when you're modifying it, you can easily identify, or you can have a version control there. And then you can also upload a logo for this. So I have a logo which is already downloaded. So I just select that and provide a brief description to identify what this adapter does. So this now. Okay. And it falls under category of ITSM. Let me just select this. And once that is done, I'll go on to click the next button. So what it'll do is it'll try to identify the APIs, and you'll see the progress bar. You can see it has identified different elements that are there in that API, and then you can choose whichever is of interest, and accordingly the adapter will be built. So I'm going to not touch it and then just go on to the next part. So here basically you can provide the server that you are already using. So one comes by default, so I don't need that. Let me just remove it, and let me just go ahead and add a new one. So I have one instance of ServiceNow. Let me just put that in and save it. So here it's listing the server that I added. Then I just go on to add the next. This step is not mandatory. You can do it later also, but I'm just showing you as an example. Now if you go to API tab builder, this is where I'll have the specific APIs that are interest for me. So I can take that. So for now, I'm going to show create incident. Incident, and this is the URL that is there for the incident. I'm going to name it as incidents, and for this I'll provide a relative path as /now/table/incidents/incident. This is where it will show up in my Atom's UI also. So when we show the external integration part, and next I'm going to add another one, which is the create. Oops, sorry. I'm going to use the change management, change request. All right, and for this I'm going to name it as change management. So I'm just going to name it as change management, and then I need to provide a relative path, that is where I'll show it in my UI. Right. Similarly, you can add subtabs if required. You can add more tabs also, and then I'm going to click on the next button. In the integration config, you have the information like how do you want the session to be established, whether you provide the token-based or basic authentication and all that information, if you have any headers that might be needed for interacting with that software, or any parameters, or any other security parameters, right? So if I'm going to add this service now, it uses a refresh token to interact with any API calls that you do. So for this, I'm going to add in the basic auth, username and password as well. So let me just put that in, and in the refresh token as well. Again, depending on the type of authentication that the software supports, you can select the appropriate one. And then I go on to click on the next button. So here you can see that I'm getting an option to generate the adapter now. So let me just go ahead and click it. Now you can see that the package has been generated and a message is popped up. Once the package is generated or the adapter package is ready, you can either download it to maybe port it to some other VM, or you can deploy it directly from here. So let me just go ahead and click the deploy button. Now that the deployment is completed, let's just go ahead and look at the resource. In the resources tab, we can see the ITSM, and here we can see the ServiceNow. So let's just go ahead and expand this. This is our example or the adapter that we built. And in this, we can see we have the change management and table. Let's look at the other one also. ServiceNow change management tables. Let's look at the change management. So here, let me just expand this. So you can see all the change management details that were available in the ServiceNow instance that we had are available. And also, if I go into my tables, I can see the incidents also, if there are any incidents. Okay, let me look at the other one also. Yeah, so I have this incidents. So all the incidents that were listed or available in the ServiceNow are available in Atom directly. Now we're going to use these APIs directly into our workflow. Let's just go ahead and do that. I go into my dev tools again, go into my workflow builder. In my admin, I'm gonna create a new workflow. And I set the value as workflow. Now that we are taking to the canvas, so what we are going to do is take a look at our catalog, and in the external integrations, any adapter that you build will show up in your external integration. So here you can see we have something called ServiceNow. If I go into this and look at the RPCs, you can see all the RPCs, the API calls are converted into RPCs and are available here. So now if I want to create an incident, so what I'll do is I'll just search for incident. So you can see that the matching API or the RPC calls are available here. So what I'll do is I'll just drag and drop this and put it in my workflow. So here, let me rearrange this. Yeah, so it automatically adjusts the sequence now. If you look at its code, you can see all the basic requirement, the advanced data, everything is available. And if you look at the parameters also, you can see the Atom URL, Atom action that is to be used for invoking this API to ServiceNow.